I'm so happy to be here. This is one of my favorite webinars that we do, Maximize Auctria, More Ways to Fundraise, because, I can't stop talking about Auctria. Even at night at my kitchen table, it just never stops. So this is such a great time to be able to spend with you guys. Thank you, each and every one of you who registered watching this on playback. For everybody that's here as an attendee, feel free to drop any questions in here. And Linda gets the gold star for the day from Hope, Chester, Virginia. I was going to ask everybody to drop in there where you're tuning in from, what kind of organization you are supporting. If you want to put in your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Instagram, please add that there too. Tracy, where are you today?
I'm in Ottawa, Canada, and spring has finally arrived.
Congratulations.
Good day.
You're finally catching up with me here in sunny South Florida. Auctria. Since 2011, you guys out there have used the platform to raise 1.25 billion dollars. Congratulations. And as you noticed in the chat, you've run coast to coast, east to west, north to south, and all sorts of organizations of all sizes and all sorts of fundraising capacities and groups that you are fundraising for different programs. Just a reminder, tell me yes, no. Did you know that your Auctria license is good for 12 months? It's just a yes or no, or a thumb up or a thumbs down, because yes, your Auctria license is good for 1 year. And unlimited events. So tell me yes, no, yes, no. Did you know it was for unlimited events? Yes, no, yes, no. Yes, yes, yes. One no. That's why we're having this conversation, to remind you, but also give you the opportunity to understand how to maximize those features that are within the Auctria, because you have a 1-year license and because you have unlimited events. And first, I just want to talk about tickets and sponsorships. And there was a good chunk of people that are already using them, but here's some additional ways that you may want to think about that. The people that aren't using it may want to. When you use Auctria for tickets, it really does streamline everything. So that participant is tracking all of their information, all of their tickets, everything in the system themselves, as well as you as the admin. And it really does streamline them for bidding, for buying, for closing out at the end of the day, the end of the night, the end of the week. It is a great singular digital event space where your tickets can be sold on Auctria. You can pre-register your bidders because they will have paid at that moment and be in the system. You can track all of your ticket sales in one place, as well as your additional fundraising events. You can provide e-tickets automatically. People can go ahead and download them into their Apple Wallet, their Google Wallets. You can enable pre-registered credit cards. They can update their contact information before the event, and they can invite some guests to come along. So if I want Tracy to come and sit at my table with me, I can just invite her with my tickets. And guests can use one link, one place to record all of their activities. So the good part is your event website is open 24 hours a day. Anybody can grab their admission tickets and off they go. They don't have to meet you anywhere. They don't have to write a check. They don't have to ask you what quantity is left. Everything is managed within the Auctria platform. Registration keeps track of your catering. You can do your buy now. You can invite your guests. And I talked about the e-tickets, and the tables are a great way to fill the room. Moving along, communications are all streamlined as well. Now they're all together because now you've got your tickets. Now you've got all your ticketing information. I love a good know before you go email, and you can do this with your custom emails if you're on the Emerald or the Diamond plan. And you can put in there where to arrive, where to park, event details, dress, how they're gonna, if there's any sort of level that they need to come to in the building, any sort of information that would be relevant. And it's another warm touch to your people that are supporting your cause. So shifting over, I mentioned this before, But the e-tickets are an incredible resource. Once you have the ticket set up in Auctria, when the people get their e-ticket, they can automatically add it to their Apple Wallet or their Google Wallet. I love my Google Wallet. I love that it pops up stuff. I love that the information is on there. It tells me where to go. I don't have to go back and dig through my emails to find stuff. It's all hanging out on my Apple Wallet. So if you love an Apple Wallet or a Google Wallet, that's the place for you or your people. I see there's a note in here about closed captioning. I think you can turn on the, I don't think it's closed captioning. I think it says not translate. What do they call it, Tracy? Transcribes. It'll automatically transcribe.
Yeah, the live transcription.
Yeah, thank you.
And so it should be showing for everyone. And then if you want to, you can turn it off or move the block around.
Perfect. Thank you. And thank you for asking. We don't always do it. So thank you for the reminder. Okay, so moving along, maximizing your sponsorship. So you've got your tickets in the system. You can also sell your sponsorships in the Auctria system. Yes, no, are you doing sponsorships on Auctria? Either thumbs up or a yes, no would be great. If you are not, I encourage you to do so because you can do so much with your sponsorships and it takes so much of the work off of you. Once you load them into the system, sponsorships can come in, they can grab their tickets that go along with it. They can upload their own logo. If they put in their URL, it will automatically link to their website page. And if you have the sponsorship catalog in there already, it'll automatically show up on that sponsorship catalog. And you know what you did? You did this. You sat back and you watched the money come in. So with Auctria, when you have your sponsorship package on your event website, it makes you so much more efficient and you look so much more professional also, because the sponsor isn't thinking, oh, did they really get it? When are they going to put my logo up? When are they going to give me the recognition? It makes you look phenomenal. So I am going to flip this over to Tracy and she's going to talk about our revenue boosters.
Yes, thanks, Lori. And revenue generators, boosters, we're talking about your big event or your smaller events. We always want an income producing timeline. We had Bobby D here from Call to Action Events, and he was sharing that was in the fall webinar, and he talked about maximizing an event. And that's about throwing everything possible at the event to raise as much money as possible at the time. And you can start by thinking about the guest experience. What's it like from the moment they get the first save the date piece of information, be it email or a poster, to when they walk through the door? How does it feel? And how does it feel after they leave? What does the experience look like? How does it feel like? Revenue generators, they don't just raise money, they create energy, momentum, and participation in the room. So, do you have VIP? Can you offer early access, an experience, parking, sponsored tables, games of chance, ring toss, balloon pop, paper airplane even? We actually have some pictures of that. Incentivizing your paddle sweep. Now that's a fun one. And it's when you take that last chance to give at the lowest level, if you're doing a paddle race, it allows everyone to participate. Everyone donates at this level and they can be entered into a prize draw. And we've seen some great draws be offered. Again, everyone gets to participate, this great feeling of community in the room. And there's wine walls and wine pools and a jumbo raffle. Dessert dash, such a fun one. We have some pictures of that as well. And the nice thing to remember is their participant number, their guests, their bidder number, it's like going cashless. It's their wallet. So they can go through the room, they can make these purchases, they can join in, and just with their bidder number makes it easy. And again, thinking about the great guest experience they have. Okay, so we did bring along some pictures here. And so as an example here on the left, that is a whiskey ball. And is that your community? Do they enjoy whiskey? Doesn't have to be wine, but it could be that as well. So they just wanted to change it up, have it fun looking, creates a different kind of buzz. And then on the right hand side, this is a really fun, and this is one of those signature drinks. It is from the US Open, and you may have heard about I've just lost the name of it. Their honey deuce. And they started this, years ago. They came up with their own signature drink, their recipe. And in 2024, they did 10 million. 2025, 12 million on the drink alone. A special glass, some melon balls on top of it, the right kind of name, and a lot of buzz. So if I'm at the US Open, I'm going to want to go buy one of these and be part of the experience. And here's a really good looking one. This is a wine wall in these great boxes. And if this was night, you would see that they have blinky rings on top. So it's an attention grabber. People walk in, their eyes are drawn to all this bling happening in the corner. And again, it draws them in. The nice thing is, many of these could be purchased before the event. So guests come and they just go over and they pick up their wine wall. And if you have other ones you want to sell, then you sell them that night as well. So in advance, in the room, all those options. And when people pay in advance, that's a great feeling to go and pick up what they've already paid for. Feels like they were just starting with, blank slate there. Raffles are fun. And raffles, we talk about different kinds of guests who come to your event. A lot of people love a raffle, and you can have different levels. You can have multi-tickets, you can have low level 5, bundle them up to 25, make the offering. They can be offered online in advance, or you can sell them in the room. Again, it just creates another on-ramp for many people to participate, especially if they really enjoy them. Now, another really fun take we see a lot on this is the golden ticket or the jumbo raffle and the raffle scarcity. And this can work really well. So in these examples, this is a live example. Were selling out before the event. Talk about having great buzz in that. So they would have this one, they have an Amazon gift card or Airbnb, and you sell like 100 of them at $100, and your prize could be $500 gift card example, and you can just do the math. In this example, they did have a 2,000 Airbnb. They were selling the tickets for $50. They did 100 tickets sold. They net $3,000. Now, if you have somebody who's willing to underwrite that, you're looking for sponsorship opportunities, then the entire thing goes to you. And you just run the math, do the sliding scale. What's going to work at the right price point for the guests in your room? Okay, let's move along here. Gamifying. That's a fun. Again, do you have those competitors who are coming into your auction? Those event night people who like to, rally around and grab into the fun? Here you'll see it's a ring toss to do the wine pull. Very fun, creates energy. And then on the right it truly is a paper airplane toss through, I'm assuming it's like a vertical cornhole. I probably would have to buy extra chances to this actually, but it's a fun idea. And in the second one with the airplanes, you know what, they had such a great idea, and they matched it with shaping their future. So people would fold the airplane and they were able to push it through, have fun, and reinforce what the mission is. So try gamifying your mission, see how people can get engaged. It's going to be a nice lingering memory. It's going to be laughter. They're going to feel connected, and it's just fun. It adds that great energy to the room. Throughout the year, we've actually had a couple of webinars where we talk about the power of multiples. And it is really saying, if you know you're going to have an item that you suspect could go really well, can you sell 2, 3, 4, 5? consider, a risk-free consignment. And we always say you want it to be risk-free, where they can come look at a travel package or some other experience that really stands out. And often that's what risk-free consignments do really well. So when you can have one happy donor, you might be able to have 2, 3, 4, 5. They're great examples out there. What would happen is the auctioneer often will be looking at the room and they'll see the bidding rise for the item. And then they get that sense of it may be coming down, but they still have maybe 3 in the race. And so what they'll do is they'll just stop and say, do you want to buy this right now? And the people are nodding yes, and they'll say, okay, let's sell it at 5,000 and you win and you win and you win and you win. So rather than that race for only one top, maybe at 5,600, they were able to sell 2, 3, 4, 5 at 5,000, or whatever that sliding scale that's going to work for you. Also, we've seen, if you follow on Auction Team Talk and in other social media, sometimes they'll look around the room, they're like, anybody else want in? And you'll have a group who are actually like, I would like that. I am. Now that they know what the end price is going to be and that they get to be part of the event, they'll jump in as well. So I've just talked about live. We also see it a buy it now if you're doing something online as well, or bid sheets. It allows people to know what the number is and then join in. And then a fun one is a dessert dash. It's a great way to raise money for your event. It gets people engaged. And we, again, are seeing organizations having a lot of fun and raising thousands of dollars. And how this looks, you can see this great picture here. Some delicious desserts. People come to their table. They each donate by table, and the highest one with the most amount donated, they go first. It may be timed. You can see people are moving in this one. And so they pick their event, and then the next one comes, and the next table, and the next table. So fun competition. It's quick and delicious dessert and a lot of laughs. Again, this can be done in Auctria. We have a dessert dashboard where you can have the bid sheets, or if you want to do it through QR codes, they can do it through there as well. In our admin app in the in-room sales, if you're wanting to sell tickets and go around the room, you can do it from the palm of your hand. It doesn't have to be at the front desk. You can walk around, and that, again, the guest experience, you're meeting the guests where they're at. Your volunteers can do it, and they can have great conversations, keeping the energy together and everyone together.
Awesome. Thanks, Tracy. You gave us a lot to think about. And we're not saying do all of these. We're saying pick and choose, figure out which ones work. If something doesn't work, add in something else, try that out and test it at each of your events and try something new so that your event does stay fresh and exciting. Moving on. So that may be your big evening gala, your big party, your big event that you're doing. Tournaments. Curious, did we ask this question? I think we had one person that said they're using tournaments through the Auctria platform. So for tournaments, you can easily run this through Auctria because tournaments are still activators. They are still events. They're going to attract new audiences through participation-based experiences. During that time, you can educate donors in a relaxed social setting and create some natural opportunities for giving. And when I'm talking tournaments, I am talking golf, I am talking pickleball, but how about spelling bee, any sort of activities where there's any sort of competition brings out different people. And those that want to engage in the competitive experiences will show up, and they'll usually bring a couple people along. There'll be some spectators. But the tournaments, you want to have a clear and intentional event program. You always still want to have an exceptional guest experience with the Auctria platform setting all that up. That'll happen. And then a mission moment and still have those asks throughout. And then anytime you want to manage admission tickets, whether it be for a bingo or a golf tournament or a pickleball tournament, and even just some trivia evening tournaments, you can go ahead and use your license. You guys know it's good for 12 months. You guys know it's unlimited events. Why not take advantage of that? And if you happen to be running a golf tournament or a pickleball tournament, we have smart templates that are ready to go out of the box. You just have to click that on the event website editor area when you're choosing your event website, and they are gorgeous and ready to go and themed for you. Tracy, online fundraisers.
Yes, and we do see the questions in the chat, and we'll
Yes.
absolutely be coming back to them, and we can answer them as we go at the end of the presentation. Yes, online fundraisers. And I know there was a large group here doing online auctions. So we're really excited about that as well. And so, as you can see, the advantage of online is participate from anywhere at any time. So you can have online auctions. Auctria has max bidding, bid extensions, to, again, manage easily what that is going to look like. You have an event website that you can share your mission with your impact story. And so that is a great place of connections. We love that we have groups who are doing multiple events over the years. So it could be that you are showing, again, what impact has been going on this year. It's a place for your video to continue the story going. Events are your activators, but they allow you to have ongoing relationship with your current donors, and you could be drawing in some new ones. We have QR codes. They're mobile friendly. And again, with our paid plans, you can stay connected with the texting. And with all our plans, there are outbid emails. So it keeps people coming back. Make sure they want to win that. We had GFS events here in maybe in the summer, and we were just talking about generations and matching the experience to their guests. And they talked about Gen Z and how QR codes are part of that group and how great that is. So have QR codes if that's going to boost their participation. They also like online auctions and unique experiences. And what they also do really well, some of them may be a little bit more financially challenged, but they are great at sharing stories. So if you have unique experiences that are grabbing some buzz, they will share them. And if they are a group that are leaning close to your organization, ask them to share, ask them to use their socials and say, wouldn't you want to do a night at the zoo? And call out a few people to say and gather real excitement on those as well. Again, here's just online auctions, that idea to stay connected. And we've had some people who do tournaments. So I enjoy texting any event, but if you're somewhere where people maybe feel a little bit farther out, texting is a great way to stay connected. They can still, do their bidding. They can buy mulligans. I do that too. And when I'm in a golf tournament, but all those easy ways to, again, engage in. They're fun, they're connected to the tournament, and it's a great way to, increase your revenue. And you don't have to worry if they're not all in the same room. Texting can really solve that problem for you. This is a great story about from Lift Autism, and they have, just really invited a group in to really embrace their cause and use their influence. So they started, I think, Lori, it's been 10 years now, Kennedy and Ginger, and they created this charitable initiative to rally the romance reading community. They have authors who will donate their books and other items too, like perhaps a phone call with them or a Zoom or a name in a book, all kinds of, really fun, creative ways. And the authors are able to personalize what they would like to offer then. So they have a website, they have all the books that are available that everybody can come hear about their mission, do their bidding. And then the authors are also going out to their community and saying, hey, come bid on my book, and getting exposure. So they get to have exposure in their own community, they get exposure cross community. And really, we know that the big winner is Lift for Autism. So here is what they did in 2024. They've been so good at this, and it's a fun event to watch. Now, if you're wondering about where you can find some of these one-off items or multiple items, Auctria does have a Pinterest. We have 500 pins on our page, so you can go, and some of them go directly to request pages. We've done several webinars over this year that do no-risk consignment items if you're interested in knowing more about those. It can be jewelry, it can be trips. We've had all kinds of really creative and fun items that are available. And then we're going to talk about creative giving. So there are so many creative people out there. And so what you're doing is you're looking around for your organization, and we're like, what can we offer that's going to match our mission or match our community? So the great thing about creative giving is pick the timing that's right for you. We are not locked in anymore. Fundraising has changed. It's not just 2 seasons, it's all through the year. So what is a good timing for your organization? And then where do you get your foot traffic? Do you have something that invites others to come in, where you get noticed? Consider about making that a giving opportunity where our attendees are already gathered, they're enjoying the moment. So here's some example, like we'll see school awards ceremonies or concerts or toy drives where they see the impact of what is going on. Could be a standalone event to build community. Building community is such a important area. So we're seeing talent shows, spelling bees, in schools, math and science, reading nights, carnival nights. The idea being is there could be an opportunity to monetize, and monetize everything you can. So we're going to have some pictures here, but again, some of the events that we've seen, pies and cakes, they work for me. They work for a lot of people. So, is there a way you can create an event? Is there somebody kind of legendary in your community who might be willing to offer some of those pies and cakes that really motivate people to bid? Game-worn jerseys, keepsakes, and priceless items, things you can't get at the store. Again, school awards ceremonies, look at your curriculum nights. Does this opportunity available to lean into the mission where guests have an opportunity to donate, especially if you're getting some of the different groups of people, perhaps grandparents. Boys and girls clubs, we see toy drives and field days, arts and music groups, concerts and art shows, walks, runs, and one-of-a-kind auction items. They really do capture so much. So here are some examples of unique events. We actually have a page on the Auctria site if you want to go and hear more about them. But the Ottawa Senators jerseys, so many do love to get a game day jersey, so they'll auction them off. Christmas clocks under the clock tower, so fun. Bikes are art. These are fabulous looking bicycles that artists have leaned into and really just made them art, and that, great to auction off. And then the upcycling. This is, again, a great opportunity where a school takes, I think, old bleachers, made them into signs and clocks, allowing everybody to kind of be part of history that's meaningful to them, and again, part of the mission. So we have an example here too. Moved ahead from Alaska Premier Auctions, and this was part of the zoo. Their Alaska Zoo have had some great events, and what they did is they took some unique opportunities that matched their mission and put them up for auction as well. So if you look here, muskox naming rights. So they offer that. If you look it up, those are some pretty impressive animals, and the winning bidder earned the honor of naming a newly rescued muskox calf, along with a private encounter. How cool is that? Zoo vet for a day, a 2-person opportunity to join their doctor and curator during their weekly animal care, or winter wonderland at the zoo, an after-hours zoo lights experience for 10 guests. You can even picture it as I talk about it. What a great way to give opportunities that are unique, but also for guests to really find out more about your mission. Another area of creative opportunity is the school, and they sell banners every year, and they have along the school area, along the fences, and they have probably some more premiere and some, depending on, what the item is. And so they put them up in, I believe, July or August and start selling them, kind of a one-off time. That's all that this will do. And for this event, and they're able to give this great looking website, give it to businesses who can come in and either purchase. Some are for purchase and some are for bidding. And here is that peer-to-peer, and we call it light, where there's a bit of competition. Here's a chili cook-off that we have. And then the one to the right, all these are so fun, but this one, it was a great campaign where they took 2 alumni, and they were each you'll see the red tickets and the green tickets. And there was a question earlier. Yes, they can be bundled. And they were both for the same raffle, but they were trying to raise money based on what year they graduated. So we had Team David and Team Nicole. Their individual audiences were both trying to, they're promoting. And so they were like, I'm Team, Nicole. I think she was maybe in the 2010s, and Team David was a little bit earlier. Had a lot of fun in drawing people in to purchasing tickets and remembering what years they were there and helping the cause as well. Ambassador influence, it helps. If you have some great ambassadors who are known, then they can share a donation page. We call it peer-to-peer light, where guests can come in and if they share why they care about your event, it really does go far and creates so much momentum, so much credibility. And also, one of the known giving days is Giving Tuesday, and you can do Giving Tuesday with Auctria. Wanted to mention it comes with all of our accounts, and you can create a website and an event in 3 clicks. It's that fast. So if you're wondering about doing Giving Tuesday, it's included with your license. And here is the City Choir Washington. They took their Giving Tuesday and then they personalized it for the organization to the giving levels. $28 each time. That helps, for music, words, song, singing appears in the program. Every level had impact. A great way to, again, help your guests recognize what are they giving to, and the impact they make is immediate.
Thanks, Tracy. And if you haven't been on the main Auctria website in a while, I encourage you to come hang out, look at some of those spotlight articles. But we've also added on additional partners into our partners area. And brand new in the last couple of months is our Auctria freebies area. And under there, we have a lot of downloadable templates. We have checklists. We have some images as well, if you want to use those for tickets, etc. Some of our Canva links. There's a lot of information that's on there about checklists for post gala and your event. There's a little bit for everybody. And I encourage you to stay in touch with Auctria. I'll drop a link to our Facebook group, Auction Team Talk, the nicest page on Facebook. You can always email us hello@auctria.com. We are active on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, as well as LinkedIn if you want to follow us in any of those areas.